Hi guys, Chris here. I just want to talk to you about a tool that I made, which is really helpful for at least new people to be able to do evaluations with their clients if they haven't got a Tanita body composition analyzer tool. For most people when they start out, they don't have one. So the good news is that there's a way around that, it's not going to give you every single reading. It's not going to give you your water percentage and your bone mass or anything like that. So obviously in that respect, the Tanita is the ideal platform. But while you're working towards that, you can use this particular document to help you to work out body fat percentage and calories and that kind of stuff. So you'll see here on the left-hand side, you've got a drop-down menu. You select the person's gender, male or female. You select female, and then their lifestyle. They get to choose from the list there whether they're sedentary, barely active, active, very active, or extremely active. So select one there. They put their age in, and they need to put you need to put their weight in, and their height. And then they do a couple of measurements, their waist or abdomen. Again, there's a diagram on the right-hand side which explains exactly how to do the measurements. Okay, it's not an exact science, guys. So do it as best you can and look at the pictures and read the instructions to help you to get it as accurate as possible. And then obviously neck measurements and hip measurements is really just for the females. Once you've done that, then the Excel document will work out the body fat percentage, their basal metabolic rate in calories, and the calories that they are burning, and that is based on their basal metabolic rate and their activity level. Okay, estimates that, and it also gives you the basal metabolic rate. It's also a great tool if you've got somebody who is not near you, even if you have a Tanita. If you're in Johannesburg and the person is in Cape Town, it's going to be very, very difficult. So this is a way that you can work out their body fat percentage even if they're not near you, if they just do their measurements and send it to you. Then the next thing that you're going to have to work out is the amount of calories if they want to reduce their body fat. So again, just coming back to that previous tutorial, we talked about working out the total calories that they've burnt, in this case 2,692, and then reducing that by 500, which will give you 2,192. The nice thing is the Excel document does it for you. You can see the formula up the top there. It just takes away 500 calories there. And then you see the next worksheet helps you to work out the protein factor. So you will need to make a note of their BMI, okay, which is this square here, and also their height and obviously their gender as well. So once you've written down that, you have got, basically you go to the next tab. So we've got a BMI of 39, height is 175, for female. So we go to the female column, and we basically here is at the top is where you look up the height. So it will be in this column here, and then you look for the BMI to be 39. So you line this column E up with row 24, and you get to this square here. So we can ascertain that the ideal amount of protein for this lady to have would be 136 grams of protein. Okay, so we have that as her protein target. The next worksheet along is quite handy if you've got a client who is on a program, and basically if you're telling them that they should be taking 2 shakes a day, this is how many servings, column A, how many servings they should be having per day. So they would be having, for this example, 2 shakes with milk, okay, per day, and then 2 servings of instant herbal beverage or thermo tea. Okay. Then we've got, they should be having 6 tablets of fiber and herb, 2 tablets 3 times a day, and 3 multivitamin tablets per day. Okay? And if you have a look on at column K, you'll see that it automatically works out how many tins required per month. Okay? So you can see here servings per day. If the person is taking 2 shakes a day, they're going to need 2.9 tins per month. Now, obviously, you can't buy a 0.9 of a tin, so you would obviously recommend that they purchase 3 tins. Okay? Similar to the Thermo T here, you can see column K, they would require 1 tin of the Thermo T, 1 tin of the fibre and herb, and then 1 tin of the multivitamin. So that's how many tins they require. Now, how many they order is obviously up to them and their budget. So in column L, you can type in the amount of tins that they actually order. Okay, so if you type in 3 there, then it basically works out for you and lots of different things, but it works out if you put the start date in when they should be due to reorder, and then you can do the same with the other things. Or maybe they only purchase 2 shakes, you can put a 2 in there, and you can see it changes that reorder date. So you know they're going to run out a bit quicker because they're only doing 2. And you can do the same with the other products. And then on the right-hand side here, it also works out. The value of calories and protein, okay, for the products that they've ordered. Okay, so basically, if they're ordering 2 shakes, then you know that they're going to be consuming 446 calories, and they're going to be getting 36 grams of protein in. Okay? So if they've got a protein target of 100, okay, they're going to need to get an extra 64 grams of protein in from their meals and their snacks. Okay? But they need to make sure that that's not more than 1,354 calories. Okay? It also works out the total cost for that particular order and what that would work out if you worked it out per day. And also works out the ambassador price at the 20% discount. And the other thing it works out is the volume points. How many volume points that particular order would come to. So it's quite a nifty little tool that you can use if you want to. And then the last worksheet here is just some example programs, you know, for somebody that's on a 75-gram program. You can see basically their protein. If they were on 2 shakes, would be this is just basically a maintenance plan, the first one, and then this would be a fat reduction plan. Okay, so this one would be a shake for breakfast, a protein snack, a healthy lunch, another protein bar, a healthy supper, and they've got their tea once a day and the tablets 3 times per day. So here's an example of the next one down is an example of a fat loss muscle gain program. So you can see people that want to lose weight, we recommend replacing 2 meals with the shake. So that's a shake for breakfast, shake for lunch, protein bars in between or a protein snack, a healthy meal in the evening, and then the tablets 3 times per day and the instant herbal beverage for breakfast. And if you scroll down, you'll see the different recommendations for people with different protein targets. And it goes right the way up to 150 grams. And again, they're just examples, it's just for you to use or not to use as you wish. And you can see on the right-hand side, it's also got a list of the products and the protein and the calories there as well. So, yeah, I hope that makes sense. I hope you guys can make use of it. And again, let me know if you're struggling with anything. I'll send you this document. Let me know if you've got any questions or problems with it. Thanks for listening.